everyone. By the way, my name is Srilakshmi. So I am studying second BE Pharmacy in Raipur, Anandpur. So today my topic is about Sorensen pH scale and determination of pH by using calorimetric and electrometric method. This is what I am going to teach in today's class. What topic is today topic is about Sorensen pH scale. What is mean by pH? We know that today topic is about Sorensen pH scale. What is mean by pH? pH is defined as the negative logarithms of H plus ions or maybe OH minus ions is defined as the pH. Why we need to require these pH scale means in our pharmacy field we are preparing so many formulations in this field. For every solution or maybe compound it having one nature with acidic nature or maybe basic or maybe alkali nature. We know that every compound having maybe acidic nature or basic or alkali. How we are going to know whether the given solution or maybe compound is in acidic or basic or maybe in alkali nature means by using this pH scale we can determine the compound whether it is acidic nature or maybe in basic nature or in alkali nature. Have you heard the Sorensen pH scale and how it is? Can you know? I am asking you people only. Don't you know about Sorensen pH scale? Don't you know?
Hey, you need to respond. We don't know.
If you take the Sorensen pH scale, means by using this scale only you can identify the acidic, basic and alkali nature of the neutral. I am forgetting the acidic, alkali and neutral nature of the compounds. If we take this is what, just imagine that this is the Sorensen scale. In these there are some numerical numbers are there from up to 1 to 14. What this one indicates means this is highly acidic or strong acidic, and this is what 7 and this is 14. So in 7 it represents the neutral nature of the compounds and this is 14 means highly basic. In between 1 and 7 there are some numbers up to 3, 4 and up to 7. After this 7, 8, 9, 10 and 14. This indicates the number on the pH scale. 1 indicates that it is highly acidic and 7 means neutral in nature and 14 is basic in nature. So in between also there are some numbers, it indicates that slightly acidic, slightly basic in nature. And this is what about Sorensen pH scale. Why we named it as Sorensen means the person who is introduced or developed the pH scale for remind his they keep Sorensen pH scale. If I am also developing a pH scale, what kind of name I can give? Can anyone name? No, I am never going to keep such kind of name because it is not good to call Sri Lakshmi pH scale. How it is? That's why I can keep only pH scale only. This is what about pH, Sorensen pH scale. For remind the person who developed this pH scale, for that we are keeping this Sorensen pH scale. This is just small introduction about Sorensen pH scale. So why we need this pH scale? Why do we need to measure the pH of the given solution or compound, maybe substance. How we can determine the nature of the solid by using this pH scale means for formulation we are formulating so many medications in pharmacy field, maybe so many dosage forms we are going to prepare. So for each and every formulations it having optimum pH. Otherwise if we prepare the compounds or drugs below or above the optimum pH, what it will happen? The drug will be precipitate or maybe deteriorated and it does not show the effect, good effect after we administer it. For maintain optimum pH of every drug molecule, we are going to maintain some optimum pH. For optimum pH, how we can maintain the optimum pH? And if we know the pH of the drug, we can identify. For example, if I am going to formulate an eye drop, What is the pH of I? What is the pH of I? The pH of I is 7 to 7.5, means slightly basic in nature. pH of I is 7 to 7.5. I think all of you know it. What is the pH of I means? This is the pH of I. While I am formulating the drugs which is related to and which are treat the eye related infections, what kind of pH I am going to set means in between these 7 to 7.5. Otherwise, if I am keeping below this pH or above the pH means, what will happen? The eye may be irritated and it will cause some side effects to the eye. How we can, if I know the pH of the eye and the drug which is used to prepare for the eye drops, if I know the pH of the drug, then only I can adjust the pH. If the drug having not this much pH value, what I will do, so by adding some buffers or any kind of substance I can use, and I can set the pH in between these range, and I can use the drug to the formulation of eye drops. This is why we need to know the pH of any compound means to formulate the medicaments related to our physiological fluids in our body. So many physiological fluids are there, like maybe eye, blood, something. These to maintain the physiological fluids pH, we have know the drug's pH. Then only we can minimize the pH of drug with our physiological fluids. And next one, applications of the pH. Where we can apply this pH concept means in case of enhancing the solubility. Applications of pH. The first thing is enhancing the solubility. What is mean by enhancing the solubility? Increase the solubility. How we can increase the solubility by using pH? How we can increase the solubility of a substance or maybe a drug by using this pH?
If the solution is in acidic, if the solution is in acidic medium, then we prepare basic to
Okay, but by using pH, now we can increase the solubility of the drug means. For example, for any drug, we have to maintain optimum pH. While we are preparing any medications, we are going to maintain some optimum conditions like optimum temperature, optimum pressure, at the same time optimum pH also. If the pH is not maintained by optimum or maybe constant pH means, what will happen? The drugs may be precipitated. For example, if we take sodium salicylate, so sodium salicylate is in a salt form. If I am acidified that sodium salicylate with the acid means, I am going to add acid with the salt. Sodium salicylate is a salt. For these I am going to add acid. I means acidifying chestunam means acid hydrolysis reaction will be take place in between these. This sodium salicylate is reacted with any kind of acid. So the sodium ions will come out and it forms the salicylic acid. This salicylic acid is an acid which is insoluble in water. Means this acidic nature of that salicylic acid is less soluble in nature. If the drug is in as such in the salt formation, I think we all of you know while we are studying solubility of the drugs means, sir also said that solubility of drug means I am taking two states of compounds. One is original state, maybe in crystalline or maybe in powder form, and another one is in salt form. And among these two, which form is more going to be soluble in water? Salt form. Absolutely, salt form is going to be more soluble in water. At the same time, in case of sodium salicylate also, the salt is going to be more soluble in water when it having the optimum pH value. Now I am going to increase the acidity of this sodium salicylate by adding acid means the pH of this sodium salicylate is going to be changed, maybe in acidic nature or maybe in alkali nature. So in such way the salicylic acid pH is going to maybe increase or decrease. The solubility is going to be decreased. In such a way, how we can enhance the solubility of the drug means By keeping optimum pH also we can enhance the solubility of a drug. This is one application. What is the first application of pH? Enhance the solubility. Are you guys understanding how we can enhance the solubility of a drug by using pH? Means if we maintain an optimum pH, in case of the optimum pH, the drug is going to be more soluble. Some drugs are maybe not soluble in water or maybe in another any solvent. And the second one is increasing stability. Not only enhance the solubility of the drug, we can also increase the stability of the drug by maintaining the optimum pH. How means some drugs may be unstable while we are formulating or preparing any medicines. For example, I am going to punching it one tablet. I am going to prepare one tablet. If the tablet is not in stable form, if I prepare this tablet which is not in stable, I am trying to administer it. Before I am going to administer it, it will be maybe deteriorated or maybe broken because of it is not in stable form. To maintain that stability of the drug also we can use maintain the optimum pH. This is how the pH will also cause the increasing of stability. And the third one is improve purity. So by pH we can improve the purity of the substances. If we take proteins are made up of what? Amino acids. Did you guys hear the amphoteric compounds? What is mean by amphoteric compounds? Amphoteric compounds. Both water. Amphoteric. I am just giving one clue for you. Not exactly the same meaning. Amphoteric means it has two kinds of nature. What the two kinds of nature? What? Acid base. Okay. The amphoteric compounds means the compounds which can exhibit both acidic as well as basic in nature. Those compounds we can call it as amphoteric compounds. The proteins are also in amphoteric nature. These are in isoelectric point. Do you know what is isoelectric point? What is mean by isoelectric point? We know amphoteric compound means the compounds which will exhibit both acidic as well as alkali nature. What is mean by isoelectric point means, I am giving one more clue for you. In that point, the amphoteric compound solubility is going to be decreased. When the solubility of a compound is going to decrease? Okay, in case of salt form, what we said means if the drug is in a salt form, it is going to be more soluble. Means salt form means it is an ionized form. For example, I am taking NaCl. It is an unionized form, NaCl, and I am taking Na plus Cl minus. This NaCl is an unionized form. This is in ionized form. When in these two cases, when this NaCl is going to be more soluble in water. Ionized. Actually, what the mention means, in case of NaCl, not in NaCl, if we take any drug, which is any drug is available in two forms, unionized form and ionized form. If we take the drug in unionized form, if we maintain the optimum pH, the unionized form is going to be more soluble, and the ionized form is also soluble, but it may be somewhat less soluble when compared with the unionized form. So if we take proteins, the proteins are amphoteric compounds, means these proteins can exhibit both acidic and basic in nature because the proteins are made up of what? Amino acids. If we recall our biochemistry subject, so in that classification of amino acids, there are the amino acids are classified based on some groups, amino groups, carboxylic acid groups, and some groups are there. So that's why they exhibit the both acidic and alkali nature proteins. In isoelectric point means there is no charge. Net charge means it does not exhibit any kind of positive or negative charge, and it will shows neutral charge means net charge means no electric, not electric charge, no charge is there means positive or negative charge. Isoelectric point means neutral charge matter. So in that point, these amphoteric compounds are going to be less soluble in water, and at the same time, how the improving purity and means by using optimum pH or also we can improve the purity of the compounds. And fourth one is absorption of drug. When the drug is going to be more absorbed means, as I said that in case of unionized and ionized form, so the ionized form is going to be more absorbed when compared with the ionized form of the drug. When this unionized drug is more, I said that unionized form of drug is going to be more absorbed, and ionized form of drug is also absorbed but less absorbed. This unionized form is also depending upon the pKa of the solution and pH of the solution. So if we recall that Henderson-Elsbeth's reaction, so what is the reaction? What pKa is equal to? pH of pKa. pKa is equal to pH plus log unionized form by ionized form. And in lab also we studied that if this unionized and ionized form is equals means these two is equals to 0, the pH is equal to pKa value. If the pKa increases, the pH also increases. So an ionized form of the any drug compound is also depend upon the pH of the solution. By maintaining pH, I am understanding how the drug is going to be absorbed by maintaining a optimum pH means unionized form is more soluble when compared with the ionized form. This unionized form of drug is depending upon the pKa of solution or pH of the solution. Look, pKa of the solution or pH of the solution. So if pKa of the solution and pH of the solution, if we maintain the pH, this unionized drugs depends upon the pH of the solution. If we maintain the optimum or maybe if we maintain the optimum pH of the drug, so it will increases the absorption of the drug. Means what I mean to try is not only so that the pH can increases the solubility, increases the stability and improving purity, so it can also makes the drug to absorb more. Okay, and one more thing.
Make it last.
Optimizing biological activity. So in our biological system also some enzymes are there. So we are taking food. That food may be converted into the energy form. How the food we are taking is converted into energy form by means of enzymes. How these enzymes are the enzymes reactivity is also depending upon the pH of the body. If we take some enzymes like pepsin, so the pepsin can be reacted. What is the function of pepsin enzyme? What? To break down of proteins. The pepsin enzyme is going to break the proteins which we have taken in our diet. Now these pepsin can be show its reactivity when the pH is 1.5. When the pepsin can react in our body means in stomach. So if we take the mouth, so the amylase enzyme will be act. At the same time, in case of stomach, this pepsin, the pH of stomach is 1.5 to 2.8 means acidic in nature. So this pepsin enzyme also can show its reactivity when the pH is 1.5. If the pH is not 1.5, is it the pepsin can be show its reactivity? This is how the not in our biological system how the enzymes will show its reactivity. So depending upon the pH.